Yeah. Hey.
I go here, learn to cook in the joint.
Yeah. Fuck the other side, when we see him, we be blasting shit. Rocco made Lil Brody do a flip, now that's a magic trick. How you talking all that, got him smoke, go get them candles lit. Backseat of a rose, give a dick, little bitch can't handle it. Tell that hoe to did right when I'm done, cause I can't stand the bitch. Double cup, be filled with purple mud, Kool-Aid and activists. Told me she ain't never saw no dick, I let her practice it. Know she lying in my face, cause that shit was immaculate. Cartier and Franks, I can't see, that's what my glasses is. Tell her bro, she going grab the scale, weigh up these packages. I will never sign no dotted line unless they match the shit. Play with us, we throwing bullets, never on that type of shit. People talking crazy, so we turn them into cannabis. They was dropping music, swear to God, I'm not a fan of it. Coming back from church like my bitches left the tan in bed. Why they hit my phone, we gon' link, but y'all don't plan ahead. Pay me what you owe me, or you dead, boy, I demand the bread. Pay me what you owe me, or you dead, boy, I demand the bread. I just did the dash inside the whip, who wanna race this bitch? Running out of space to put these rings, I'm on my brady shit. We ain't never asking for a life, we just gon' take the shit. So when we say it's over for your ass, please don't play with it. Block aggressive and it's got crazy shit. Dirty clip, you buzzing past your head, but we ain't shaking shit.
I link up with the fuck, I spend it all like what the damage is. I'ma put it on you like the boss, so can you manage it? They ask me why I'm still up in the trap, cause I'm so talented. Some baggies with a clock, I'm a pro, I bet I handle it for show. This Perky in me got me moving slow, bitch, I'm a go. They do the least, but always say the most, and get a coach. They 250s, but bet I let them go to 20 souls. Drop a bit like fuck it, I ain't even gon' promote. You know that, let Brody roll the cannabis. When you make that move, you gotta watch out where them cameras is. Oh, Brody, go ahead, do him filthy, he don't know what man is this. All I know is gas supply and pressure, bitch, I stamp the shit on God. We really got the bags, who wanna brag. This hot shit, rapping about some shit they never had. My options, I had to play it cool, was on my ass. But I made some moves to let my things and play the trap, bitch.
It's sitting in the corners.
Welcome back to your baby mama's favorite podcast. I am Pesci. This is Swizz. One time for the one time. Go ahead.
Swizz and Pesci, Pesci and Swizz.
Bro, it's been a long time. Feels good to be back.
If you guys notice, I'm thinning in the corners.
But listen, I can fix that though. Give me a couple of months in barber school. Listen, I did my first cut today, and I feel like after a while, give me some time, some practice, I'll finesse your shit.
Noticeably thinning in the corners.
You're good, bro. They got enhancements, we got paint, we got actual hair particles that you can put on your head, bro. I got you. I gotta give a real quick shout out to my boy Bank. Shout out the Compound Recording Studio and Services. This is where our new set is here. He's got a studio if you record, if you want to get some pictures done, if you want to get some freaky pictures done, you can get them done in here too, you know what I mean? We got the green screen room if you want to shoot like a cool ass video, whatever you need, this is the spot to do it at. I would drop the link in the description and I will make sure that I share the link, all that shit on the Facebook as well.
Noticeably thinning in the corners.
Bro, your hair is fine, bro. Your hair is fine. Your hair is fine.
But, yeah, Bank is a man of many talents, so...
Oh, and that was shout out Bank and DG Dom, Cannabis. Go check it out on YouTube. That was the song that was playing during the intro. If anybody was watching, that shit's one of my favorite songs that they've put out, period.
I agree.
Great song.
I agree.
Great song. We was lit. I'm not going to leak anything, but we was listening to some unreleased shit. Hats off. Hats off. Hats off to everybody over there, because them boys be walking on the beat. Walking on the beat.
Speaking of DG Dom...
Oh, here we go. Is that what we're really going to start with?
No,
Is that what we're really going to start with?
No, I was just going to say, you know, there was supposed to be a song made for the show.
Oh, that is true.
There's a gentleman by the name of Busy Bee Love.
Yep.
Pronounced either that way or...
That's really
So
the
it's either
only way to
way-
pronounce it if you're us, though, so...
So, you know, we're waiting on that.
I be sitting in my house sometimes, like listening not to Busy's music. It'll be like Bank, DG, XA. It's not Busy, but I'll hear like an ad lib that like makes me kind of think of him, and then in the back of my head I'll just be busy bee love. Like every time, bro. I love it. I love it.
Well, I think that to do due diligence and to do the fans justice, we should, explain a little bit about this long break that we definitely did not inform them about.
We apologize. Well, go ahead.
Well, I can tell you that it is for the greater good. I can tell you that, yes, there was a lot of false promises made from the show. A lot of things that we said we were going to do that we did not. We can take accountability for that, myself included. I can honestly vouch for Pesci when I say that this was majority not his fault. He has been very persistent about the show, very passionate about it. I've been going through some things personally and handling some things that were pretty much unavoidable. But again, I will still take accountability because this show could have been going smooth sailing if I would have had my head on straight, focusing on it. I'm in a great place now, and I've handled most of the things I need to handle. So, and we have this gorgeous new studio. Again, thank you to Bank. So things should be smooth sailing moving forward.
Yeah, but real quick, I don't it's not. Don't take all that accountability, bro. You're good. We both had shit going on. We both had stuff that we had to do. So I definitely made multiple false promises on the show that life hits you fast, and unfortunately, I couldn't make fulfill those promises. However, we're here now. We're here to stay. I can't tell you how excited I am to be back. It's not going to be every Tuesday. I'll let you guys know that now. It will be once weekly is what we're going to shoot for. Swizz is very busy. I'm very busy. We will try to give you guys content at least once weekly for sure.
The thinning's not as bad as I look at it more.
Listen, bro, I'm telling you, I can fix it.
I'm just saying.
Come down to the school, bro. Come down to the school. Because if I can't fix it, we got a plethora of barbers who can.
I do want to tell you guys something that, because me and Joey, we rewatch a lot of the episodes.
All the time.
For just many reasons. And so, last night, because I was very excited about the show today, I was rewatching one of the episodes. And I went into the explanation about the gospel. And I want you to know that I personally am going to make that happen. Hopefully.
The book? You're talking about the book?
The book.
Yeah, okay, because I love that idea.
Now,
I love that idea.
Whether I get it out to people or I just have one book that we keep on the show that I can continuously refer to with the Pesciisms and
the Swizzisms, the Swazzisms, the Swizz, the Whiz,
the Swazzery, I don't know, but
you can't.
So that was one thing.
I love that. I'm like, when we put that idea on the air, I was like, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's solid. So, all right.
Well, you got
I have
a bunch of stuff ready. This is breaking. This is breaking records here. I think this is 2 weeks, well, not 2 consecutive weeks, but 2 episodes in a row that Swizz has a notebook.
I do have a notebook.
This one actually has words on this paper.
That were not written before the show, sitting here.
Facts.
But that's the difference between the last one.
But I think the last one, there was nothing on the paper and you just had the notebook.
But I think I wrote stuff right when it was going on.
I think as we were talking, you were writing it down on paper. But that's all right.
So
he's got topics today.
I have some things I'd like to discuss. Unfortunately, most of these things Joey doesn't even really know about. So it's more or less me saying nonsense and gibberish on live television.
Well, it's not
usually what it ends up being is me on the show speaking nonsense to you while Joey nods and looks at me like I'm a nut job. So we're gonna start that. The one thing that is actually worth conversating about that Joey suggested was the incident with Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green. Pesci, would you care to comment?
So I have multiple issues with Draymond punching Jordan Poole in the face.
I was hoping we could reenact it for them.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Because I don't want to be Jordan Poole nor Draymond in that situation. But Draymond's seen as a leader in not only on Golden State but in the league. Like, obviously, he has his way about him that some people don't like. There's a lot of people that question his valuable, like him being a valuable asset on an offense. But we know what happens when he's not out there in Golden State. We know what happens when he's playing at his highest level that he can play. He's great.
Joey, I hate to interrupt you. You know I hate to interrupt you.
Okay.
But I can't,
Because
I have trains of thought. This is why I love this show. Let me just say that. This is why I love this show. Because I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, because it's my show.
Okay.
That being said, Tyler said the Packers are ASS, if you know what that is. Thank you for the comment. Tyler, you know we love you. Hold on, hold that thought. But I gotta shout out the shirts because we're wearing these shirts, and before I even forget that I'm wearing them because it is comfortable. Joey gave me this shirt because Joey copped, 3 shirts or something?
3 shirts. Well, I got 2 and he gave me 1 for free because
Bank always looks out for the food.
He's
You already
always
know
looking.
that.
He's
You already
always
know that. So, I mean, look at show me back.
So,
Show me back.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, one of us is gonna have to stand up.
I mean, look at it. Ignore the booty, but focusing
We
on.
didn't need that.
Focusing on. Are you seeing this? If I brought him on camera right now, this is pretty much. I mean,
It's just a cartoon version. It's just a cartoon version.
I mean,
It's
listen,
just like him.
you want to talk about, honing your craft and expanding your horizons, because and I'm not even. I was kind of high on the video, so now I gotta do it again. See, this is why I got it lower. I got it lower because the head was cut up. Do you see? They gotta see that.
He said they gotta see it.
They gotta see it the whole way.
This is
But-
what we gotta see.
But what I'm saying is, we've done the show at your house. We've done it in
Uncle Ray's house.
Uncle Ray's house. We've done this at the barbershop. We're doing it here. We're expanding, and I think that it's, if anything, motivating and an inspiration to all Buffalo people, no matter if you're a musician or if you're a photographer or if you're doing clothing, that anything is possible if you stick with it and push what you're going. I tell a lot of people this, Joe, you know this. I tell this to a lot of people that come on the show, a lot of people I know that do this type of stuff. Anything you push, if you really truly care about it, it will be successful. Like, if, so many people open stuff and they'll have a clothing line, they'll have 2 drops. And because they didn't make crazy money on the second drop, it's over. You're not going to hit on every drop. Every song ain't going to be fire. Every single piece of clothing ain't going to be the most hottest design. I'm just saying, you got to stick with your craft. And my boy Bang doing it, so I just had to continue about the Draymond, but I don't want to forget because we only got so much time, a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, first off, Tyler, I'll get to the Packers.
My brother is nonstop in the comments.
Your brother is a.
You don't represent us Buffalo people. He hasn't told anyone this. Straight cat. Like, Gordy, why are you doing this to me? Why are you saying this nonsense, bro?
Just ignore your brother.
I'm about to, let's do it.
Listen, let's get back to
I'm
the
sorry,
topics.
this man, he does this.
Draymond Green is seen as a leader in Golden State and in the league. So for him to come, because that's not out of character for him. That's something that you could definitely see him doing, just not to a teammate. So I have an issue with him doing it to, especially that teammate, because now that happened, it's come out that Draymond Green, he was the one that supported Jordan Poole the whole time that he got sent down to the G League. When Jordan Poole got called up to the Warriors from the G League, he was like, I want this kid in the locker next to mine. And ever since, they've had lockers that are next to each other's. He's kind of taking this kid under his wing. So it might be like a big brother, little brother situation. But either way, it's not good. As much as I don't want it to happen, I could see Draymond moving out of Golden State, getting moved. Jordan Poole's obviously the younger, more valuable asset at this point in their careers. So would you keep Poole or Draymond? I love Draymond to death, but as a realistic general manager, I'm keeping Jordan Poole. And if I have to get rid of Draymond, I got Stephen Clay still. I'm good. I'll take Jordan Poole. And Andrew Wiggins is gonna play out of his fucking mind this year. But we'll talk about that on a different show when we talk basketball. How do you feel about it? Because we didn't really talk about it. I kind of sent the video in the group chat to him and let me tell you this, 2 things. Jordan Poole went into concussion protocol afterwards, and then 2 or 3 days later they had their first preseason game, and he dropped 25, 6, and 8. So he came out and shitted in like 20 minutes with a black eye.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. There's a couple things. One, I know that I'm not in the shoes of an athlete, a professional athlete. I've watched a lot of documentaries, but specifically I'll say that the Jeter documentary and the Michael Jordan documentary gave me a lot of insight on, not that I didn't already assume this, but some clarity on the fact that athletes' lives are very much constantly watched. So I think that one of the biggest issues I have with the whole incident is, first and foremost, I don't promote violence. That's me personally. When I grew up, I got into a lot of fights, like a lot of scuffles, and then I got to a certain age and I said to myself, this is not necessary. If you got a problem with me that's physical, I'm not gonna pay you no mind. And if I got a problem with you that's gotta be physical, then we could talk it out, hash it out, or I'm just not gonna speak with you anymore, period. That being said, the second issue I have, so obviously that means I don't agree with Draymond punching him.
Right.
No matter what argument, how heated
Yeah,
the
no.
practice got. But my second issue is, I think, is being talked about, but bothers me is, why are you got people leaking film from a private practice?
Yeah.
Like, these are human beings at the end of the day, and yes, it's wrong that Draymond punched him, but I think it's even, it's not worse. But it's also wrong that anyone found out about it, because like a lot of analysts said, and a lot of pro athletes that are retired that talk about this stuff, have all come out and said this stuff happens all the time. We're just hearing about it because it got leaked or because somebody said something. But this isn't like this is the first time. And in the NFL, there's scuffles in these joint practices, people getting punched all the time, and we shake it off. So I'm not a huge Draymond Green fan, personally. That being said, I still think that it puts him in a really tough spot because the media has, one, they got it on film. That makes it terrible because like Draymond Green said in his apology, the video, now Jordan Poole's family sees it and his friends see it, and now that's kind of always going to be a little bit of cloud over him, although I don't think Poole's that type of person. I don't know him, obviously, but he's always been pretty good from what I've heard as a culture guy and as a teammate. So that's what I got to say about it. But
yeah, Steve Kerr did take, like, he took huge exception to the fact that it got leaked out simply because he said, he was like, there was a time in practice where I got punched in the face. Nobody found out about it. We went 72-10 and won the fucking NBA Finals. And it just happens. He basically, to go back on what you said, he basically said that it just happens, so.
And I just want to say, there is a huge argument going on in the chat, in the comments, between Tyler, Zay, my brother, Nazi Wazi's in there. So I can't even keep up with you guys arguing to find out what nonsense you're talking about. I just saw a 3-team trade to the Mavs. So, I don't even really know. But that's that.
Okay, I love the fact that you said that the Warriors are nothing without Draymond. I don't agree with that, Tyler, but however, it's low-key kind of fact.
No, it's not. I'm sorry to say that.
He makes
Steph Curry, Joey claims, is the greatest shooter of all time.
Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time.
So don't say nothing without
Steph Curry's
Draymond.
going to be the greatest point guard of all time. Let him get one or two more rings. I'm not, like I said,
don't say that's kind of facts.
I don't agree with it.
But you just said that's kind of
Steph
facts.
Curry makes that team, but Draymond is the glue that keeps that team together.
Now, would you say the same thing about Marcus Smart on the Celtics?
Yeah.
Okay. But you took Marcus Smart off the Celtics, they ain't going to be a bad team.
The Warriors aren't going to be a bad team without Draymond. That's why I said I didn't agree with him saying that they would be ass without him.
I know.
However,
facts is pretty much
like I said though,
the truth.
That's literally the best way that you could put it. Is Steph owns that team.
Okay.
Draymond's the glue that keeps that team together. Same thing with Smart.
Yeah,
Tatum and Brown own that team. Smart is the glue that keeps it together.
Okay.
And eventually Tatum will take that leap and he will be the number one over there. But.
Okay. So. He's a good team, may not be the best, but he's the one to keep. All right, Alberto. Okay. All right. So,
thank you guys.
Time constraints.
Yes.
I want to talk about the biggest game in the NFL that people have been waiting on. They've circled it all on their calendars. Probably the biggest game of the entire regular season that doesn't involve playoff implications. Because obviously late in the season, those games are important.
Everybody has been waiting for
Every
this.
single person.
For
I don't
this
know
time.
how this game hasn't gotten flexed to prime time. Whoever's doing that needs to
And we
reevaluate the process.
We got 5 primetime Broncos games.
I'm not even going to go into that because I can
And we
go
got
all
a
day.
4:25 Sunday afternoon.
The Cowboys are on prime time every week with a backup quarterback.
The Broncos got another one on Monday.
I know. But look, let's just get into it. Bills Chiefs. Last time they played, one of the greatest playoff games of all time. It's not debatable. Everyone has said it. Everyone knows what the truth is. Was I crying at the end of it? Absolutely. Was I drunk? Maybe.
Yo, that day was great. I will
Maybe.
forever remember that day.
It's a possibility.
That day was great, bro. Oh my god.
So, yeah. All right. Okay. AJ, we'll see you Sunday. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
But Bills Chiefs, I got the Bills winning, although I would not be shocked if they lost due to health of the team. If Poyer plays, I think that we win. I'm going to put it right on that. If Poyer doesn't play, because when he didn't play against Miami, you saw us get exposed over the top.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really get nothing on us until those deep shots.
Right.
Why? Because we had 2 young safeties back there. I think it was Denny Hamlin and Jaquan Johnson were in the safety spot. You can't have 2. You got, I'm saying? Poyer's the veteran. Yeah, we don't have Hyde. We need Poyer. I got Bills winning. I got it being another shootout. As much as the Bills got a top defense, ain't nobody stopping the Chiefs. I don't care if it's the 2012 Ravens. Nobody's stopping the Chiefs. They're going to score points. I got the Bills winning by 3. Talk to me, Pesci. What do you say?
So I did my week 6 predictions on break in class today. And when I got to Bills Chiefs, I originally put Kansas City taking the W. Now, I sat and I thought about it. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. That's just a fact. I don't see a world where that doesn't make sense to at least half the people on this planet. And I'm not, and you know me, I'm a Packers fan. I'm not really a diehard Bills fan. But when push comes to shove, what Josh Allen lacks in throwing ability that Mahomes has, he makes up for in leadership and being a fucking phenomenal teammate. And I've always said that. That's why I put him as number 1. So I sat, I debated, because I was in the same kind of like way of thinking as you. Like, Bills got a lot of injuries. Chiefs have been hit, like, even without Tyreek Hill, they've been hitting on all fucking cylinders this year. They've been putting up a lot of points. I agree, it's going to be another shootout. Gabe Davis might go for another fucking, I'm saying he's going for at least 2 in Arrowhead, because the last time he was there, he had fucking 4. So he's going for at least 2. I got Bills winning by 6.
Okay, I want to comment on a couple of the comments in the thing. One, AJ, yes, the health concerns, they are a concern. Yeah, I'm not using it as an excuse if we lose, but I'm just keeping it 100,000, like I always do, if you know me. And also, Duve, I just shouted you out to everybody here for showing me love about the show. So check out Duve, got a podcast too. He said he's going to get me on. I'm holding him to it. We'll see. But also, you must have misunderstood me, because I didn't say that the Eagles-Cowboys game this week wasn't huge and didn't have playoff implications. I said before the season, this was the game everyone was circling before any other game. Because before the season, you're not going to look me in my soul. You're not going to look me in my soul and tell me that the Cowboys-Eagles game. No, stop. No. Don't do that.
This will probably be
Don't do that.
most watched game all season.
100%.
Bills Chiefs.
Now that we've seen how the first 5 weeks go, Eagles-Cowboys is a big game. And it has playoff implications, but it was never going to be bigger than Bills-Chiefs. You know that. 4:30
on a
I
fucking
don't know what that's
Sunday.
about.
Get the fuck out
So that's
of
what
here.
we got. You got 6, I got 3. We both got Bills winning.
Yeah.
Can I ask him a question even though he's not on?
Yeah.
Bank, Bills, Chiefs. Who's winning? Just tell me. Because the fans got to know.
I don't know, man. See,
He's hesitant.
y'all want me to say Bills because I'm from Buffalo.
No, first off, you know me. I don't want you to say nothing that you don't feel. I want to hear the truth. I want the gospel.
Last time we was on the show, you was asking me. I was saying I thought the Chiefs was gonna win, so I'm still gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure I want to see.
All right,
That's
I
fair.
respect
That's
it.
fair.
I respect it.
I originally had Kansas City.
I originally had Kansas City, so I'm still sticking to it, man. But listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not me personally. I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan. Like not a Buffalo Bills fan. I can't even say. I don't really got a favorite team when it comes.
You're
to
not a
football.
diehard. You like the Bills,
definitely.
but you ain't.
Yeah,
I
you
got
know what I mean. Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it.
So I am. I'm a Packers fan. I'm a diehard Packers fan, but I like the Bills. I like the Bills.
Yeah, when Pesci comes to the Bills game, if we ain't playing the Packers, he's rapping it. Remember we went to that Patriots game? We were rowdy.
Yo,
That Patriots
that
game,
Patriots
cold or
game.
not, was rowdy.
Some people be like, you can't be from Buffalo and not be a Bills fan.
No,
But-
I know so
But
many.
listen, can you be from Miami and be a Bills fan?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Why can't you
Exactly,
be from Buffalo and
that's-
not be a Bills fan?
You see how many times
You
that
feel me?
when the Bills play Miami, there's so many Bills fans in the stands.
Yeah, it's because everybody migrates down to Florida. But either way though.
So that there you
Bills
go.
Mafia, we're going to the fucking bowl.
I mean, I've been saying it.
I'll put the city on the map for sure.
So, what do we got? Oh, so another thing. We're about almost at the halfway point, and I was going to give him the opportunity to fix his mistake. Joey did not. So, I know what you guys are wondering. You're not wondering about
I know
the
exactly
show.
what he's about to say. I know exactly.
This is why I don't like to see my notes.
No, I put it on my
You didn't
life.
see the
I
notes?
did not see the notes, but I know exactly what he's about to say.
Well, then you got to let this rock.
Go ahead.
I know what you guys are thinking.
I'm your best friend. I know exactly where this is going. This is piece of shit.
Just, there's a lot in your mind. And you're thinking to yourselves, yeah, the guys are here. Yeah, it's a new spot. They're, but where's the water?
Yeah, I knew it. I fucking
Where's
knew
the
it.
core sponsorship?
Okay.
Show him what he's got. Guys, come on.
Okay, listen.
Deer Park water, a little brisk action. I'm just saying.
You want me to break down why I got
Break it
brisk?
down. Break it down for the people.
There's sugar in brisk, and I'm diabetic, so I need a little bit of sugar before the show.
So not only, so that's even worse, because now he disrespected the Sour Straw sponsorship, which got a lot of great feedback. Because that could have been the sugar and kept the water, but he told both of them, we don't want
I've been
sugar.
reaching out to Core for months, and they haven't hit us back, bro.
People
Like,
are concerned.
I'm concerned. I've been pushing
I
this
brought
top
up the
tier.
fact that Core wasn't here, and it went from 10 viewers to 5 because people are upset. They're devastated.
Listen,
you can't just drop the water like that.
All I'm saying is I'm out here pushing this top tier water brand every Tuesday.
Yep.
And all they could do is answer my fucking Instagram
hear you.
message.
I
Alright,
hear you.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
hear
We don't
you.
got a big fan base, but I'm pushing it every week. Every week.
I hear you.
What's the slogan? Whether you hooping or fucking, this water hydrates to the core. And you can't get a better slogan than that. You cannot. Like, put me in a commercial with Aaron Rodgers and a Bella Danger. So that's the
Okay,
best of both worlds.
that's a new one for me. That last
Whether
part.
you hooping
Or fucking. Okay, couple shout outs on the sports Joey doesn't watch. Alright?
Why'd you say it like that?
Because Joey only watches football and basketball.
That's not true. I just don't keep up with other sports. I'll sit and watch a hockey game.
Okay, so Alabama football was number 1 seed before this week. Starting quarterback Bryce Young couldn't play. They still edged out the win against Texas A&M. Texas A&M had the ball at the 2-yard line, incomplete pass, game over. Could have won the game.
Saw that.
I thought it was impressive they still won with the backup. Obviously, it's Alabama. They have a great set of recruits. But the national polls dropped them from 1st to 3rd, even though they won with the backup quarterback.
Well, what's Texas A&M's not ranked, right?
No, they're not ranked.
That's what I
But
mean.
again, that's one of their rivals. We've seen Texas A&M pull
Oh, yeah.
upsets on Alabama in the past. It's a big rival.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to me.
I did see that. I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched the last maybe 2 minutes because I saw that it was juicy.
Okay, well, I know you didn't see this.
Well, that's probably
Okay,
facts.
because you don't watch wrestling.
Definitely not.
Now,
Definitely.
our buddy, now I'm not going to say our buddy. One of the guys I went to high school with, graduated with me, same graduating class, is now a professional wrestler, and he wrestles in AEW. And it's got me more interested in watching AEW because I'm watching him fight guys like Chris Jericho. I'm seeing him in his own faction. There's a lot going on for this man. So, and he's only climbing. He's young. He's 24 years old. Shout out to Danny Garcia. But one of the wrestlers named Pac, this man defended 2 belts in the same night. Shout out to my boy Pac. Now it's scripted. It's
Shouts
scripted.
out Pac.
But when I see these wrestlers doing back-to-back matches like that, bro,
You get gas.
You can do a 20-minute match, then you do another
gas.
20-minute match. So I just got to shout out my boy Pac. Got to do it. And there's one more thing I think, Joe, that you don't. Water sponsorship, got that. Oh yeah, so MLB. So who you got? Who you got? It's MLB playoffs. The divisional series starts today. We know I'm a Yankees fan.
I want to give a quick shout out to Robbie Rax.
Shout out to Robbie Rax.
Shout out to Robbie Rax. Robbie Rax, I thought we had a friend who was just the most degenerate gambler I've ever met in my life, but Robbie Rax is getting close. No, I'm just playing. It's not bad. But whenever I want to put a parlay in, I call Robbie. And I have never taken his advice because I'm a dumbass. I get high, I sit and do it myself. But I'm pretty sure like 2 out of the 5 times that he sent me shit to bet on, like if I would have bet on it, it would have hit.
Well, I'll tell you this. When we were at Robbie's recently, we had a great conversation, and we definitely need to do that more. Robbie, you're a great guy.
He
Love
knows
talking to you.
baseball. He knows
I
baseball
just think
like
he
how
has
you
a passion for sports, and I can appreciate that.
Not like how you do, but he knows baseball. We've talked about it. He currently, not going to say how much, but has money on the Yankees winning the World Series. So, because of that, because of how deeply invested he is, I'm going to stick with my boy.
Now, you heard deeply invested. It made it sound like if the Yankees don't win the World Series, there's people coming for his life.
No. I don't mean financially. I don't mean
There's a lot riding on this.
No. He is just like you said.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's crazy? You talked about it. He didn't really used to be like that. But
Yeah.
I had the conversation with him that me and you used to sit at your house on Saturdays and watch tennis, bowling, golf, water polo,
This is gospel.
whatever sports event was on ESPN 1, 2, or Spanish, we were fucking
Catch the cornhole championship.
we were fucking watching it. So I had that conversation with him, and ever since he said he's just been dick deep in sports. So I'm riding with Robbie Rax. Yankees are winning the World Series. Couldn't tell you who they might possibly play. I don't know about maybe.
You don't even know half the other teams in the playoffs.
I might know 4 baseball teams, period. Like, that, straight facts, bro. I do not watch baseball at all. So, but I got a Yankees logo tatted on my chest, so shout out the Yankees.
Okay, so you know I'm a ride or die Yankees fan. Everybody knows that. I got the Dodgers winning the World Series. I got the Dodgers winning the World Series, and I got them not even facing the Yankees. I don't even have the Yankees making it to the World Series. I got them facing the Houston Astros, who I despise as a franchise, because they've had the Yankees number for years now, and they're going to beat us again if we even make it to the American League Championship, because the Yankees have a lot of holes. There's a little bit of disgruntlement in the organization, and they re-signed a coach who hasn't taken us to an ALCS since he got hired. That being said, I got Dodgers beating the Astros in the World Series. Dodgers are loaded, top to bottom, up to down, sideways, left, right, diagonal. That's that. Now,
Who's winning MVP?
World Series MVP?
No.
League
Like,
MVP?
league MVP.
Oh, Aaron Judge. What are we talking about?
Yeah? You don't think it's the other guy?
There's no other guy. It's Aaron Judge is winning MVP.
But you know the other guy I'm talking about, right?
There's a couple guys you could be
The
talking about.
dude that's leading like every statistical category on his fucking team. They're like dog shit.
Is it Shohei Ohtani, the
Yeah,
Asian guy?
yeah, the Asian guy.
Yeah.
What is
No,
it?
Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani?
Ohtani's a great player. And he's one of the first players since I started watching baseball that does pitching and hitting like Babe Ruth did. Phenomenal. But Judge is taking it. Judge was, I think, like 10 average points away from winning the Triple Crown. Nobody's won the Triple Crown since Miguel Cabrera. And Judge broke the American League record for home runs. I mean, if he doesn't win it, it's highly
And he's
robbery.
not juicing.
And he's not juicing to our knowledge.
Yeah. Well, that's a
Okay.
big thing. Is like a lot of them records, like motherfuckers was juicing.
Well, we did some predictions before the week for the NFL, and it was me. I made my predictions. Pesci made his. Razor. Sorry, I said it wrong. I can't disrespect. Razor. Razor did his.
His uncle.
If you know, you know. And then the GOAT, Poppy, my grandfather, also messed around and gave his predictions. Last place, you know it was your boy me. Struggling this week. I went off hot. I picked the Colts to upset. They did. After that, my list was shot. Second place, we had a 2-way tie. Razor! And my grandfather. So I got to give it up to Pesci. He took it this week. He
How
took it
many
this
did I
week.
get right?
Pesci got 11 right. My family got 10 tied. I got 9.
Out of how many games?
I think there was 16.
Yeah.
16. Yeah, 16 games. He got 11 out of 16.
I'll take that. And
Shout out
like,
to Pesci.
you don't
Big
expect Detroit to lose that bad.
I had Detroit winning.
That's what I mean. I had them winning too. You don't expect Green Bay to fucking lose in the fashion that they fucking did. But we'll talk about that. I think there was like 1 or 2 more on there that I was like, how the fuck did that even happen? But in football, anything can fucking happen.
Well, I just want to touch on a few things. Joey, let me tell you a little something about Joey. You ready for story time, Pesci? Let me tell you about Pesci. Alright? Fans know.
Let's hear about Pesci.
I've known this man since he was in the 4th grade. I think the first time I actually met him, we were walking home from school. Whole group of North Buffalo kids walking back from school. And I can tell you, this man cares about this show. I told him, I said, hey, I'll do my regular, I'll come up with stuff to talk about. But he always says, bro, send me the topics. Yo, tell me what we're going to talk about. Because he wants to research, he cares about it. And he sent me some great ideas this week. So I was just going to go off of, on the season premiere, we did preseason predictions for the NFL teams and how they were going to do. So I was going to do which one of our takes was really good so far and which one was shot. He gave the suggestion of which player's been a bust so far this year and which player's been a really nice surprise. I think that's a great segment, and I want to commend you for adding and contributing to the selection of content that we bring to the show. And thank you for even continuing the show, because if it wasn't for you talking to Bank, I would be sitting in my car crying about not doing the show. So again, we appreciate everybody involved making this happen. So, Joey, your bust so far through 5 weeks in the NFL, give me a name and give me a reason.
I'll give you 2 names.
Two names.
Because one is strictly fantasy. One is strictly fantasy football.
Okay.
And the other one is going to be my normal. So strictly fantasy football, Jonathan Taylor, I picked him number 1 in our league. And aside from the first game, he's dog shit. So, all the other fantasy football owners that drafted Jonathan Taylor first overall in their league, they feel my pain. They feel my pain. But a big surprise to me, now this might be because the Rams offensive line is absolutely dog shit this year. It doesn't even look like that they just played in the fucking Super Bowl last year. That's how bad they look. I'm really surprised that Allen Robinson hasn't picked up any sort of anything in, what is it, Las Vegas now?
Los Angeles.
It is Los Angeles.
2 Los Angeles teams now.
I was confused with the fucking.
Well, there's been a lot of changes over the last.
But either way, though, I thought for sure that adding him would basically be them making up for losing
Robert Woods.
Odell and Robert Woods.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson has always been looked at as that guy. Like before Mike Evans got Tom Brady, everybody looked at Mike Evans and was like, yo, if he had a good quarterback, he'd easily be top 5, no questions asked. Allen Robinson's always been looked at that guy that, not that he'd be top 5 if he had a good quarterback, but he would be like a way better player if he had a better quarterback throwing him the ball. So the fact that hasn't happened, I'm very surprised by that, but unfortunately, like I said, their offensive line is dog shit. They just can't figure it out. So
there's definitely some validity to that. Allen Robinson, if you look at the last few years, he's been the number 1 in Chicago. Mind you, yes, they've had a struggling offense, and then they've been trying to figure it out at the quarterback position. But regardless, he's been that number 1 receiver over there. So you bring a guy who's the number 1 receiver on one team, and you ask him only to be the number 2. Just by that, especially when your number 1's Cooper Kupp, who's going to get a lot of attention always, you would have thought he would have been more productive, especially because he had the full camp with them. So I can agree with you that I'm definitely surprised on how he's been doing too.
And he's he should be their guy that that they look at and be like, oh, he's our deep threat. He's the tallest receiver that they got out there on any moment's notice. So I don't know how he's not getting more involved in the offense, but.
So you have Jonathan Taylor as your fantasy bust, Robinson as your just overall bust. Mm-hmm. Give me your pleasant surprise so far this year.
This one was like, I was back and forth on it. Pleasantly surprised by my boy out in Philadelphia. My boy Jalen Hurts is really shutting all the haters up as of right now. I don't give a fuck what DG Dom says. They have played two valid teams, and I don't give a fuck. They're about to beat Dallas on, what is it, Sunday night? We will be watching that game. I have an idea for that game. We'll talk about it afterwards. But Jalen Hurts not only has been pleasantly surprising, but he is, like I said, shutting up all of the Jalen Hurts haters.
I told my good friend Dom on a phone call I had with him earlier today. Good friend of mine.
Come on.
We go way back.
Wait, real quick.
Yep.
How do you call him but you don't call me? You been in Florida for how long? Bang, how long Dom been in Florida for?
Shit.
Months now, right?
Almost 2 months.
At least 2?
2 months.
I ain't get a phone call.
I just talked to him.
Oh, Bank gets phone calls. Swizz gets phone calls. Where's Pesci's phone calls? I'd
we
love
ain't
to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you.
You know,
Chop it
good.
up for a minute.
Good 30-minute conversation today.
It's
man.
30 minutes. I can't get
It's always
5.
a good time. It's always a good time. But I promised him I would say this. He told me if you brought up that man, that I would say live, who have they played? Who have they played?
Number 1 week 1. They
You
played.
name one team that they beat that you expect to make the playoffs this year. Just name one. Name one.
The Minnesota Vikings. As much as I hate the fact that Tyler
That's a
and
great point.
everybody over
That's a
there
great
is
point.
proving me wrong,
That's a great point.
Philadelphia is the only team.
I forgot they've even played Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is the only team that has beat Minnesota so far this year.
Yeah. No, Dom, that is a good
Minnesota
point.
is 4-1. They're the only team that beat them. I'm not saying that the Cardinals are going to make the playoffs, but they have the firepower to make the playoffs. That's not a shitty team by any means. And Detroit, we talked about this off camera, is the going into week 5 had the number 1 scoring offense in the league. So we're not going to sit here and say just because, yes, they haven't been able to put it together and their defense fucking folds in the fourth quarter every single fucking week so far, we're not going to sit here and say that Detroit's ass by any means. Again, number 1 scoring offense in the league. So they have played, again, 2 good teams and 1 decent team. I'm not going for that. Y'all can't sit here and tell me that just not. And he's been putting up numbers in the games.
I will tell you this.
He's 7th in passing yards,
Especially.
9th in
I'll
QBR,
tell you this. I'm going to keep it
4th in
100,000.
interceptions thrown.
If you look
Against.
at the 5 teams they beat, and you go off your preseason predictions,
Yeah.
all 5 of those teams you ain't have making the playoffs.
Is that facts?
Not 100%. I don't have that as actual 100% fact.
I'd be willing to bet you that I had the Cardinals making the playoffs. I'd be willing to bet you that.
You might have. Bang, how's the lighting in here? It looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I like the lighting in here. It looks good. I think it
Yeah,
looks good.
that's why I spent 20 minutes trying to.
No, I'm saying, I think it's good. It's good.
No, it's good, yeah.
So, alright, so I'll give you mine. And
Let's
I'll
hear
start right with this player surprise since you just gave yours. It's Jalen Hurts.
it. Get the fuck out of here. So.
I cannot go. Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Dom, Jalen, let's talk about it.
Oh, now he's watching. Oh, now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
literally could. If you would have tuned in 6 minutes ago, bro, you would have heard it. You would have heard it.
But again, Jalen Hurts being 5-0 in the NFL. I don't care how good your team is. Everybody knows that it's a quarterback-driven league, and some of the best quarterbacks in the league right now have a loss. Mahomes has a loss. Josh Allen has a loss. Rodgers has losses. Brady has losses. I got to give credit where credit is due. I think Jalen Hurts is playing within the system, and I think that personally, early on in his career, I didn't know what the problem was, but when he got benched in the national championship game, I know I bring it up all the time.
I gave up on him.
I did. I'll be
What happened?
honest.
What happened? Where did he go?
Okay, and-
He went to the fucking best college
Okay,
of
all
all
right.
time, and now
And that's
he's
why I'm
going.
saying is I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I agree with you, Dom. Rodgers is not that guy.
Stop. Go watch the last
anymore.
10 minutes before you start commenting.
Yo, dog, you do gotta watch it. Like,
Go watch at least the last 5 minutes, Dom, before you start commenting.
Yo, John came for you.
Because I literally.
shouts out to Josh Jacobs.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs for real. Book bagging my fantasy team in week 5.
I'll give credit where credit's due.
So that's your biggest surprise, is
It's
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts.
So we both have the same
Yes.
biggest surprise.
Now my bust is a former Buffalo Bill. Absolute disappointment, Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, okay.
You get the excuse of being in a bad organization with Chicago. Okay, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Came to Buffalo, spent a year as a backup. We're going to talk about that. And then you get the starting job in Pittsburgh, which you didn't really impress in the preseason. So I think that you really got it because you got the benefit of the doubt from your experience. You got the starting job and you absolutely played mediocre. I'm very disappointed in you. And I think that Pittsburgh, although I didn't think the timing was right, I think they should have waited until after the bye to start Kenny Pickett. 1, to give you a little bit longer of a shot, and 2, so that Kenny Pickett would have a full 2 weeks to prep for an opponent, give him a real shot, because you threw him against the Wolves, against Buffalo, and you saw what happened. Don't play with me. Do not throw a rookie quarterback against Buffalo. I've seen it live. Do not do it. I seen Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace his soul. Dwayne Haskins got abused his rookie year against Buffalo. David Mills got abused against Buffalo. Stop throwing these rookie quarterbacks in Buffalo, because it ain't going to work. Stop doing that. It should be against the law. They should have in the bylaws the rules about throwing rookie quarterbacks in Buffalo. Stop doing that. It does not work out.
I love you too, Dom. I just can't.
Dom,
I
love
can't. Bro, I couldn't hide it.
So we got to get on to this. Worst start, worst take. Joey, I said the Commanders are going to win the division.
Yeah, this dude. I gotta hear Carson Wentz is gonna win the division. That's what I gotta hear. That's what I gotta hear.
I said they were going to win the division. That's obviously not happening.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
And
really?
I might have to buy a Jalen Hurts jersey, because on the show we said if they got 6 or more wins, he'd have to buy a Wentz jersey. But if they got anything less than 5, I'd have to buy a Jalen Hurts jersey. It's not looking good. 1, I don't have money for a jersey. Let's keep it 100,000.
I got
Let's just keep it 100,000.
If you wear the jersey and like I win the bet, I'll buy the jersey for you. You just have
There's
to wear
a receipt.
You just have to wear
Thank God he said.
You just have to wear it. You just have to wear it.
Okay.
You
But-
multiple pictures with you in Philly here.
Got it.
You and X.
Dilly Dilly in Philly. PHILID. So, but my best start that I called was the Vikings. I said on the show that we're going to win 10 or 11 games this year. They're already 4-1. I told you, stop disrespecting Justin Jefferson. The time has come where people got to wake up and see that this man is in his 3rd season. Every year he's done better. He has a quarterback who nobody in their right mind thinks is top 10. I'm not a hater on Kirk Cousins, but he's not a top 10 quarterback, and he's putting up these numbers. So I call it like I see it. Joey, I'm going to tell you yours.
Well, real quick.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is ass, for 1. And for 2, I don't think anybody was sleeping on Justin Jefferson. I just think that it's more the fact that people really don't like Kirk Cousins. When Kirk Cousins is your quarterback, you're like, holy shit. Like 7 games out of 16, you're like, holy shit, who the fuck is this guy? Like, we got Aaron Rodgers on our team. But then the other 9 games, you're like, holy shit, this dude's like bottom half of the league. Like, he's not good. And again, last week, their defense saved them. Their kicker saved them. Dalvin Cook saved them. Kirk Cousins by no means gets any credit for this 4-1 start out of me. I promise you that. Their defense is playing out of their mind, and their kicker, bro. Their kicker comes in and he's got more points scored, I'd be willing to bet you, than Kirk Cousins has touchdowns thrown. Like,
Okay.
regardless.
We could talk about that later, but
Regardless.
your best start was you predicted the Eagles.
Did I say they were going to win the division, though?
No.
I was going to say,
But
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
they-
sure you had them 2nd in the division, and I'm pretty sure you had them with a winning record.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I did not get to that part when I was rewatching. but I know you definitely didn't. I know you had them doing better than I had them doing, for sure. We know that.
Well, no, I don't think anybody expected them to
So,
be this good.
gotta give you credit for that.
Right.
The one take, the Raiders. You said the Raiders were gonna go 11-6. 11-6.
I think
4.
I think everybody's surprised by the Raiders.
I
right
said
now.
10-7, so
Yeah.
obviously I'm way off too. But
Yeah.
11-6, they'd have to win what? 10 out of their next 12 games.
I think
11-6.
I had
Whoa. Okay.
love it.
Okay.
Talk your
Okay.
shit. Talk your
Okay.
shit. Dom. Talk
Alright.
your shit, Dom.
Alright. Oh man.
What was I gonna say? I got off topic, or I got off track.
No,
What
we
was
were
I
talking
saying?
about the Raiders.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody thought they were gonna do that bad, but yeah, they are really underperforming. Now let me ask you: is it coaching or is
We're
it
talking about what team?
the Raiders? Is it coaching?
Well, I will
or
tell you
what
this.
is it? Because this is Josh McDaniels' first time as a head coach, correct?
That I'm not sure of.
Okay. Regardless,
The coaching tree of Bill Belichick has struggled historically as head coaches.
facts.
That being said, I think they've had a tough schedule to start the year, and I don't necessarily count them out from sneaking into a wild card, which would be absolutely mind-boggling because they're 1-4 and how deep the AFC is. But Denver is injury-riddled, and I don't see them coming out of the slump.
Who said Russell Wilson was going to be dog shit this year?
But I didn't say that. I'm not agreeing
But
with
I'm
that
just-
statement.
It's
It's early, and I'm just saying
who
there's
said
a
it
lot of
though?
injuries.
Who said it
You
though?
said it.
I said it.
Maybe you said it. I have no.
I know I
can
said
check
it.
a receipt on
I
it.
know. You can check
I
the
believe
records.
you. I believe you.
Because-
I believe you.
Alright.
So that's that. All right, we're in the part of the show. We gotta talk about the nitty gritty.
The nitty fucking gritty.
I first again want to apologize. I wrote this down for being gone for 2 months after having a fantastic season opener. I mean, this was primed and destined to be a great season. Swizz dropped the ball. Oh, that's a good question. No, that is a good question. Dom, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna have to call me after the show because we're gonna have to get into that conversation because I gotta really talk through that. So
Watch
That's a good question.
watch the part that you missed, and maybe you'll call me. And maybe you'll call me. Because apparently everybody else gets phone calls, but, Pesci left out to dry. But whatever.
So Pesci, we got 10 minutes left. Why don't you start, and then I'll close, and let's talk about how you've been, 2 months, and let's get to it.
Well, it's been 2 months. And life has changed a lot in the last 2 months. Now, I can't get super deep into how much my life has changed.
Because your hair been thinning as well.
My hair has been thinning. I was plucking out grays out of this beard when I was 18 years old.
Heard you.
Like, we are not about to sit here and talk about thinning when I got grays in the beard.
Heard you.
But regardless. Right now, I'm currently in barber school. I want to give a big shout out to my older brother. I want to give a big Russ. I want to give
Rasulio.
give a big shout out to the barber shop that I know that I'm gonna go and work at once I graduate school. Straight Faded Cut and Shave. It's on the corner of Niagara Falls Boulevard at Eggert. We got 3 licensed barbers there at the moment. I will be there once I finish school. Come get cut. Come get laced up. You already know we got snacks, beer, water, Gatorade, chips, all the extra shit at the barber shop. Wow.
Read what Dom just commented.
Yo, my boy Dom! Yo, my boy Dom! Alright.
Dom!
We're gonna have to put the comments on
My boy!
Then we're gonna have to figure out how to get them onto YouTube.
I miss
that
this
was,
man.
That was a great comment.
I miss this man so much.
Whatever.
Oh!
Whatever.
Oh!
Get
Fuck. Stop!
go!
Stop! Can't even. Yo. Ladies and gentlemen,
The fucking
You know what? It's like it
drop.
just keeps coming. It just keeps coming.
Don't get no better.
I'm about to have a stroke.
Man, you can't. That was a great surprise. Holy
Did
fuck.
you hear us singing "Busy We Love"? Did you hear
that? We summons him. We summons him.
That's what it was. Every time you yell it loud enough,
There you go. But yeah, so I'm in school right now. Mentally, it's a struggle going back to school. If you know me, you know I really didn't do well in school. In terms of high school, like I just didn't want to fucking be there. I'm gonna be honest, as much as like I'm getting along with my classmates, my teacher's dope, like I really still don't like school. Like just cause it's different, I still don't like fucking school. So it's hard, but you know, I'm gonna get through it. It's only a couple months. I keep telling myself that once I finish, you know, I'll be in a way better spot in life. So aside from that, I feel like that's really all I'm doing at the moment. I don't, you know.
School's no joke. It's a grind.
Yeah.
You gotta want it.
I get out of school. I've been trying to go to the gym again after school. And then
You was getting right the other day.
bro, dude, my fucking chest. That was yesterday, bro. My motherfucking chest hurt, bro. That shit. Today I was cutting hair. Like I cut my first head today. I'm not gonna lie, I was in.
Arms getting a little tired.
Bro, I was cutting for like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah,
he
you
had
know
a
that joint.
complicated ass
Have an
cut.
elbow.
But yeah, bro, my chest hurt. But yeah, so I've been good though. I've been good. Mentally, I'm in one of the better spots in my life.
Give me the rankings. You know we got people love it when they
got the
watch the
rankings.
show and
I
they
said,
say,
I gotta see your rankings at the end of the show, Mom. Hold on, but I can't get my stuff.
So let's hear it.
All right, so that was the fucking
They
Adam.
gotta hear it. They gotta hear it. I just, guys, if you don't know this, I was in a wedding recently and I gave
Shout out
a
Lucy
speech.
Goose.
I gave a speech at the wedding and they requested me to do the change lecture voice for part of the speech, so I did something, baby. And
No.
everybody got along with it pretty good.
Nobody requested
They
it.
did
Oh
request
no, oh no, it was a
They
great
two
time. It was a
tables.
great
They
time.
did.
The front table requested
Yeah, I
it.
said the mother and the mother's boyfriend of the bride, they said, could you do the voice? I said, I'll do the voice.
Okay. Okay. If that's what he said, that's what he said. If that's what he said.
Continue, give me that.
Financially, I'm still a big fat 0 until we put that M in the safe. So that'll never change. And the day that it does, I promise you, none of y'all will find out. Physically, like I said, I've been back in the gym the last week and a half. So probably like a 7 out of 10. I gained a couple of pounds since my life has changed. So, you know, I'm trying to get that off. But, yeah, so physically, like 7 out of 10. What we got? Spiritually, man.
Well, just to touch on physically. Physically, like if you played me one-on-one at the gym, like how
Best of 12, like we played 2 games
like,
to
like,
12.
we like having to play like 2
Like
games.
we played 2 games to 12 and you beat me both games. Yeah, we could talk about that. If you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. We can talk about that.
We're good on that.
We can talk about
We're good
that.
on now. We can go to the next one. To the next.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Spiritually. I don't know. I'm always hit or miss on spiritually. It's probably like on the lower, like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 right now.
Room for improvement. Put it in
Definitely
that
room for
category.
improvement. Emotionally, I feel like, again, I'm in one of the better spots in my life. I haven't had, me and my aunt were talking about this the other day. I've never actually had it like all kind of like in line.
Yeah, it's if one thing's going right, something else is.
Yeah, like right now, like my mental health is good, my pockets is good. I'm in school, and I know that as soon as I finish school, like I will have not only a job working with my older brother, but I'll have like the freedom.
There's a clear light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, well, that's all this. That's all this is about, is being financially free and being like free to do whatever you want. Like, so the fact that I know that that's coming for me, that's like, again, that's what's keeping me in school. That's what's keeping me like straight right now. But yeah, I've never really had it lined up like that before. So it's a weird spot to be in, but I'm happy. I'm good. So emotionally, probably like 8 out of 10. Mentally, there's always room for improvement, but me and my mom were talking about a conversation that I had with somebody else, but it also ended up helping my mom in the long run. You could have bad days, you could be sad, it could last an hour, it could last 5 hours, it could last days. I was sad for months, but when you come out of it, that's like, coming out of it when you're sad, you have to be able to program yourself to not get sad again. You have to know that I was just sad. It's over with. What am I going to do to make myself happy? So now, the examples that I use for my mom and my friend, seeing you, seeing my older brother, seeing my 2 nephews, smoking, or going to the gym. Those are the things that I know that once I'm out of my bad mood, being sad, whatever, once I'm out of that, I do any one of those 5 things, a combination of those 5 things, I know that that's only going to project me up because I know that these are things that are going to make me happy. And in a different case, I was talking to somebody who, not that she was sad, but she was beat up. She felt like she was unaccomplished. She was really beat down with life. And I told her that it's the same process. It's not about, in her case, it wasn't going to do something that made her happy. It was going to do something that made you feel accomplished. So it could be as simple as doing the dishes, doing the laundry. You know you have to go see your grandma or something at some point. Go do that. You know that that's one task that you're getting done, getting like out of your way, that's going to make you like at some point feel accomplished. Now, it might not hit you right away, but when you're laying down in bed at night, you could sit and think like, yo, I did that today. I accomplished something. And it could go that same way for a number of different things. And I've just been programming myself like that. I have these sad moments. I sit in my bed. I'm open, I'm honest, I'm a grown-ass man, but I sit and I cry. That's, there's nothing wrong with that.
I was just going to say, like, when you were like, oh, when I see these people, even if you're seeing us and, like, venting and crying, it's still good. You're still getting to that point. No matter how the road you had to take to it, you're still getting to that point.
I know that it's going to make me happy at some point. So I'll sit and I'll have those moments and I'll get up and I'll go do something that makes me happy. So mentally, like I said, room for improvement, but I'm like a 7 out of 10, which is like, that's like the highest I've been in a long time. So I'm honestly the highest I've been in a long time. I feel like there was 1 or 2 times I came out here and I said I was 8 out of 10, but I was definitely fronting for the people that I had in my life at the time. But right now I'm being truthful.
This is a selfless human being.
Truthful and honest when I say 7 out of 10 for sure. So I kind of ranted there a little bit, but I thought I had that conversation with that person and then my mother afterwards, and like I told myself like I'm gonna go on and like,
Giuseppe,
try and say that, like, because
believe it or not,
it was great. It was great.
Believe it or not, this is your show.
Well, I know that. I know that.
Wait.
You said now it's my show, and then you said now it's your show. You realize that yes, it is my show and it is your show, but it is our show.
It is our show. I'm just saying it in that way so you understand.
No, I can come out here and get ass naked if I want. I know. I can do whatever I know. But I'm just.
We've had that conversation.
That's never gonna happen.
We've had that conversation.
That's never gonna happen. But listen, I'm very interested in hearing how you've been doing because this is hands down the busiest man on the fucking planet. It's almost harder to get into a fucking bank safe than to get a hold of this fucking guy. So I'd love to hear it because this is going to be the first time I've heard anything about his life in the last fucking 2-3 weeks. So,
well, I do want to say, regarding to his numbers, whatever they were, take away 3 because as soon as Busy walked in, I know everything jumped 3. Everything had to jump at least 3. Anytime you come around, we're jumping to number.
I already know.
So, I'm going to tell you this, and I've been planning to say this all day. I'm 9s across the board. And that's truth. I don't think I've ever been able to say that on the show, but I'm 100% 9s across the board in every category. Taking into account Busy, we're 12 pretty much solid across. Like, guaranteed. So,
I like it.
Because you know what? This is the advice I'm going to give today, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet because we're trying to like start this new thing with our shows where we keep it a certain time. Just for consistency.
We've already ran over, but that's
but it ain't going to be like our usual $1.50. So I'm just going to say this. There's a lot of like temptation in life. And it's something that I know for 100% fact every single person deals with. Temptation is one of those things that's in the world that, it separates the strong from the weak. And I think that just as of recently, I've realized that I cannot keep trying to be perfect because that's just not going to happen. And I think that strive for perfection has always drove me crazy as a person because I believe I have such a high purpose in life. So now that I've come to the grips that, you know what, I know between right and wrong. And as long as I can make the right decision and what's right, if I make mistakes down the way, it is what it is. So I think once I started that mindset as of recently, no matter what's going right, wrong in my life, I know every single day that I wake up, I'm trying to do the right thing and keep doing that every single day, and it's going to work out. So that's where I'm at, Joe, and that's the honest truth. And
Yeah, that
I got nothing to say about
that caught me by surprise. I'm shocked because, like I said, I haven't talked to this man in weeks. So I thought, yes, obviously Busy's here, brings him up 3 points regardless, but I figured because he hasn't talked to me in weeks, his numbers would be a little bit down.
That's not true.
But
It hasn't been weeks. We were just at the wedding.
bro, but that's like a function that we were at together. I'm talking about when's the last time we sat and chomped it up?
That one time we met up with Robbie, we had a good day that day. We went, hung out, chilled, kicked it.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I've been busy.
All right, like I said, the
I'm
busiest
trying.
man on the planet.
Fuck
All right. Listen, I am. When I made that post, like when I asked you, like, are we coming back for sure?
Yep.
Confirmed it with Bank. What time? What day? I cannot begin to tell you guys how excited I am to keep doing this. I had a moment of like where I was like, damn, like we really built something up and like we're gonna have to take a break for a minute. And
Robbie, that was 6 months ago. You're killing me. You're killing me. Not helping the cause.
Thank you, Robbie. But like I said, I had that moment where I was like, damn, like we're gonna have to take this break. And as much as he wants to say it was on him, I needed a break too. I was going through a lot of shit, so I'm glad we took the break. But I can't begin to tell you guys how excited I am. I have a lot of ideas that I really plan on like following through with. Now we have a consistent set. Like I said, make sure you guys check out the compound. I will drop the link in the description below. But
Pull up to the stew.
I wanna be here for you guys. This is not just a sports podcast. This is for the city. This is for everybody that has something. If you want to be on the show, if you're an artist, if you're an entrepreneur, you got a smoke shop, you got an auto mechanic shop. I know motherfuckers that detail, wrap cars, whatever. If you want to come on and promote your shit, inbox us, let us know. We will absolutely love to have everybody who wants to be on here.
There's no ulterior motive with us. That's what I was telling Bank before the show.
everybody.
This is just, we come here, this isn't like scripted. We're here, we're generally trying to put the city on any best way we can. We're not, you know what I'm saying, gonna make you overnight, but anything we can do, man, and, you know, come on the show and we'll chop it up and promote what you got going on. Like,
You don't see live shows really at all anymore because people are scared to say the wrong thing. Where you can come out here, nobody's gonna judge you if you say the wrong thing. Nobody's gonna look at you.
and whoever does is for the birds. We know.
Any type of way
It's-
because you have something that somebody else might not agree with. Like me and him, we're both very emotional people, I guess you could say. We've had people on here that are like, nah, I'm not emotional at all. Like I don't do. Like it's all about your perspective on life. And like I said, we'd love to have everybody on this show. I'm super excited to be back. Fuck the Giants. I'm not talking about the Packers, even though I said I was. I'm not talking about it.
There's no need.
Big fuck Daniel Jones. Big fuck Saquon Barkley. Swizz and Pesci and Swizz. You know the fucking vibes. I'm glad you're back, baby.
Do the song.
Sweet and Pesci, Pesci and Sweet.